Welcome to part 3 of the Legoz Quick Start Presentation. In this session, we'll look at the creation of data objects, applying security roles, and demonstrating the access levels that various users have within the system. We'll go on to show how different users interact with the system based on the roles assigned to them. This will illustrate how role-based security ensures that users only have access to the data and functionalities that are relevant to their specific role. By following these steps, we'll showcase the effectiveness of the system's security measures, and how they promote controlled access to data within Legoz. So, without further ado, let's get into it. With access assigned to the database, let's log in using the user profiles we created in part 1 and verify that the demo developer can develop or modify data objects, that the demo owner can review and approve data object changes, that the demo superuser can oversee the entire process and intervene if necessary, and that the demo user has access to limited data objects, based on the access assigned at data object level. To do this, first click the Logout button in the top right corner of the screen to log out of the system. Once you've logged out, click the Sign In button and sign back into Legoz as the demo developer user, using the credentials you entered when creating the account. Once signed in, observe the menu items available under the Legoz menu. Note that the demo developer user has access to a restricted set of menu items, based on the assigned demo app role. Now navigate to the Data Sources menu item. You'll notice that only one record appears in the Data Sources grid. Verify that the record corresponds to the Chinook data source. This restriction is in line with the access granted to the demo developer role, which is limited to the Chinook data source. Since the user has access to the data source, let's examine the available options within the Object Builder to determine if they can create a data object. To do this, click on the Object Builder menu item to open the Object Builder screen. On the left side of the screen, you'll notice the object library divided into two sections. The top section contains all published content grouped by data object, union, entities, and folders, while the bottom section contains workspaces based on the development roles assigned to a developer. Users may have access to more than one development role, allowing them to operate in multiple workspaces. As our demo developer has not created any content, there are no items in the Workspaces section or in any of the published data object groupings, except for entities. When expanding entities, you will note that the user has access to only the Chinook entities that were discovered during the data source discovery process. These entities are available to the user when building data objects. Let's proceed with building a data object using the available entities. For the purposes of this demonstration, we will not be dealing with advanced configuration of data objects. However, more information on these features is available in the Object Builder training module. Start by clicking on the Create Data Object button at the top of the blank canvas. This action will open the Create Data Object pop-up modal. Enter the following mandatory information: data object name, description, and development role for the data object's workspace. Remember that users can be linked to more than one development role, resulting in multiple workspaces. Choose whether the data object should be a standard data object or a union. Optional settings can be configured under the Data Object Configuration tab at a later stage. For this demonstration, create a standard data object named demo_do with the demo developer role and push enabled. Once all the mandatory fields have been populated, the Save button will become enabled. Click the button to save your changes. After initiating the creation of a new data object, a new tab will appear next to the Create Data Object button. Below this tab, you'll find a ribbon with various buttons. You will also note that a workspace appears with the new data object listed under it. Expand the Entities section in the Object Library. Hover over the Chinook_DBO_ track record and click on the arrow next to the entity. This action will insert the entity into the data object canvas on the right. Due to the relational nature of the Chinook database, a new grouping called Linked Objects appears in the Object Library. Entities displayed within this grouping have direct relationships with the entity on the canvas. Insert the Chinook_DBO_ album entity onto the data object canvas. Note that the relationship between the two tables is established automatically. In cases where no discovered relationship exists, objects can be joined by dragging an attribute from one object onto an attribute of the other object. A pop-up modal will appear, allowing you to define the type of relationship required for this connection. With the base object established, select the attributes to be used in the data object. Select all attributes in the track object and only the title attribute in the album object. To verify that the data object validates successfully, click the Validation button. The border of the validation screen turns green to confirm that your data object was successfully validated. If the border turns red, this indicates that the data object contains an error that must be rectified before proceeding. Click the Close button to return to the data object canvas after validation. To verify that the data returned is as expected, click the Run button. A sample of 100 records will be returned for review. If you are satisfied with the result, you can proceed with publishing the data object. To do this, click the Request to Publish button. Provide a description of changes made, which will be included in a message sent to the owners of the data source. Ensure that all data objects listed in the grid have a validation status of True before submitting your request. Click the Save button to submit the request. A message will pop up confirming that the request has been submitted in a batch job and can be monitored in the Publication Status menu. Click the Publication Status menu button to redirect to the Publication Status screen, where your publication request will be listed at the top. As soon as the publication status changes to completed, an owner can review and approve the request. As our demo developer user does not have access to owner or super user roles, they will not be able to see the data object until the request has been approved. To verify this, click the Object Builder menu icon and note that their workspace has no record. Now that we've confirmed that the developer role exclusively permits users to create data objects, let's look at the owner role. Log out of the current session and sign back into Legoz as the demo owner user using the credentials you entered when creating the account. Upon signing in, observe the menu items available in the Legoz menu. Note that like the demo developer, the demo owner also has access to a restricted set of menu items, based on the assigned demo app role. Navigate to the Data Sources menu item. You'll notice that only one record appears in the Data Sources grid. Verify that the displayed record corresponds to the Chinook data source. This restriction is in line with the access granted to the demo owner role, which is limited to the Chinook data source. Click the Object Builder menu item to explore the available options. The Object Builder screen will open. Note the presence of an additional Pending Approval section under the Workspaces section in the Object Library. This section displays all the data objects that are pending approval on the data source that the owner role user is assigned to. As in the case of our demo developer, our demo owner has not published any content yet, therefore there are no items in the Workspaces section or in any of the published data object groupings, except for entities. As the logged-in user does not have permissions to develop data objects, these entities are only available to preview or check where in the system they are used. Note the presence of a grouping for the owner group under the Pending Approval section. This section lists the data objects that developers have submitted for publication, and that are currently pending approval. Expand the demo owner workspace in the Object Builder. Locate the data object developed by the demo developer user. Right-click on the data object and select the Review option from the menu. Upon selecting Review, the Publish Request modal will open. From here, the owner can evaluate the configuration by viewing the data, verify the configuration of the data object, compare versions of data objects to see the changes that have been made, and view the data pedigree. If satisfied with the configuration, the owner can approve the request. If they are not satisfied, they can reject the request. If the request is rejected, a comment must be added informing the developer of the reason for rejection. Once rejected, the data object will no longer be visible to the owner but will become available to the developer so that they can address any errors. For the purposes of this demonstration, we will approve the request by clicking the Approve button. After approval, a message will pop up confirming that the request has been submitted in a batch job and can be monitored in the Publication Status menu. Click the Publication Status menu button to redirect to the Publication Status screen, where your approval request will be listed at the top. As soon as the status changes to completed, the data object will be published and become available under the Publish Data Objects section. To verify this, click the Object Builder menu icon. Expand the data object grouping under the Publish Data Objects section, where your data object will be listed. Once a data object is published, it is ready for consumption by other users if granted access. Owners and developers have the authority to manage access permissions for data objects, ensuring that relevant users or roles can utilize the data effectively. To grant data object level access to other users or roles, navigate to the Data Objects menu item. Upon selecting the Data Object menu item, the Data Object screen will open, listing all the data objects to which the signed-in user has access. In this case only one data object is listed, and 15 entities. To grant access to the newly published data object, locate the data object in the grid and click on the permissions function icon associated with it. The Data Object Configuration modal will open, defaulting to the Permissions tab. You'll see a grid containing all roles in the system, with some already granted access based on their associated role types and access assignments to data sources. As the demo user is only associated with the demo app role, it is necessary to grant them access to the principal group that was created for them during the user account creation process. To do this, first filter the roles based on the demo user's account name by entering demo user in the role code filter field. Note that only one record is returned for the demo user, with no access assigned. To grant access to the principal group, select the Read checkbox for the demo user and click the Close button. The demo user will now have read-only access to the data object. Log out of the current session and sign in as the demo user using the credentials you entered during account creation. Upon signing in, observe the menu items available in the Legoz menu. Note that like the demo developer and demo owner, the demo user also has access to a restricted set of menu items, based on the assigned demo app role. Navigate to the Data Sources menu item. The absence of records in the Data Sources grid is due to the demo user not being associated with any roles that have been granted access to the Chinook data source. Click on the Object Builder menu item to explore the available options. The Object Builder screen will open. Note that only the Published Data Objects section is visible in the object library. There should be no items in the Published Data Object groupings except for data objects. This is due to the user not having access to any data source. To verify that the demo user has access to the Published Data Object, expand the Data Object grouping under the Published Data Objects section. Locate the Published Data Object in the list and right-click on it. Select the Preview button from the menu. If data is returned in the preview, it confirms that the user has read access to the data object. As covered earlier in this module, all roles with super user access for the organization in which the data source was created will have default access to the data source. This means that in this demonstration the super user role was automatically assigned access to the Chinook data source. Super user access allows users to act on behalf of any owner for the specific organization and therefore gives them the ability to approve data objects on behalf of any owner. For demonstration purposes we have checked out the demo data object as the demo developer and made changes to it. We then requested the data object to be published. In this section we will sign into Legoz as the super user and verify that this role can perform the same functions as the owner. Log out of the current session and sign back into Legoz as the super user, using the credentials you entered during account creation. Upon signing in, observe the menu items available in the Legoz menu. Note that the demo super user has access to the entire set of menu items based on the assigned demo admin role. Navigate to the Data Sources menu item. You'll notice that only one record appears in the Data Sources grid. Verify that the displayed record corresponds to the Chinook data source. This restriction aligns with the access granted systematically to the demo super user role. Click the Object Builder menu item to explore the available options. The Object Builder screen will open. You will see that the newly published data object, demo_do, is listed under the Published Data Objects section. Note that a second demo.do data object is listed in the Pending Approval section. Right-click on this data object and select the Review option from the menu. This action will open the Publish Request modal. To review the changes made to the data object, click the More Info icon in the grid. The More Info Compare Version modal will open, displaying the published version information on the left and the pending approval version on the right. Various comparative views are available by selecting the radio buttons. Note that in the Fields view, the Chinook genre field is highlighted. This indicates that the field will be removed from the published data object. Click on the Filter Radio button to view the applied filter in the new version, where the published version did not have any filters applied. These views provide detailed information to the owner or super user about the proposed changes. Once all changes are verified, click the Close button to return to the Publish Request modal. Click the Preview icon in the grid, then verify that the data returned does not contain the Chinook track field and that the presented data aligns with the defined filter criteria. By following these steps, owners or super users can review proposed changes before approving them, ensuring data integrity and accuracy within the system. To approve the request and finalize the changes to the data object, click the Approve button. Upon approval, a message will pop up confirming that the request has been submitted in a batch job. This can be monitored in the Publication Status menu. Click the Publication Status menu button to redirect to the Publication Status screen, where your approval request will be listed at the top. As soon as the status changes to completed, the data object will be published and become available under the Publish Data Objects section. To verify this, click the Object Builder menu icon and expand the data object grouping under the Publish Data Objects section. You will see that there is still just one demo_do data object listed here. Right-click on it and verify that the data returned now reflects the applied changes. By following this process, you ensure that the approved changes are implemented and reflected in the Publish Data object, ready for use by all users with access permissions. Thank you for joining us on this Legoz Quick Start Presentation journey. In these sessions, we've covered how to create and link new organizations, establish key roles and functional users, and integrate data sources. With this knowledge, you now have a solid understanding of how these elements seamlessly interact with the system. We hope you found these presentations informative and valuable for your Legoz experience. Should you have any further questions or require assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out. Welcome aboard, and happy exploring with Legoz.